Few American presidents have left this profound a mark on history as Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a leader who guided the United States through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's presidency reshaped the nation and the world. But who was the man behind the legacy? This is the story of Franklin D. Roosevelt, his triumphs, his struggles, and his enduring impact. Early life and education privileged upbringing. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born on January 30, 1882 in Hyde Park, New York, into one of the wealthiest families in America. His father, James Roosevelt, was a businessman and landowner, while his mother, Sarah Roosevelt, was dominant influence in his life. As an only child, Franklin enjoyed privileged upbringing. He traveled extensively with his parents, received private tutoring, developed an early appreciation for public service. Influence of Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin's fifth cousin. Theodore Roosevelt was a rising star in American politics, later becoming president in 1901. His bold leadership and progressive policies left lasting impression on young Franklin, who admired his cousin's energy and reformist ideals. Education and personal growth. Roosevelt attended Harvard University, cultivating leadership skills and developing deep interest in politics. While not an exceptional student, he was active in student organizations and grew more ambitious about his future in public service. In 1905, Franklin married Eleanor Roosevelt, distant cousin and the niece of Theodore Roosevelt. Their marriage was both partnership and source of personal challenge. Eleanor was a strong-willed, independent thinker who later became one of the most influential first ladies in American history. Early political career in New York State Senator. In 1910, Roosevelt ran for the New York State Senate as the Democrat in a Republican-nominated district. Against the odds, he won, proving his political skills and ability to connect with voters. Assistant Secretary of the Navy in 1913, President Woodrow Wilson appointed Roosevelt Assistant Secretary of the Navy. He worked to expand and modernize the Navy, playing a crucial role in military preparedness during World War I. His efforts in naval expansion set the foundation for America's military strength in the years to come. Roosevelt's experience in the Navy also fueled his belief in strong government intervention to solve national problems. Vice presidential run of 1920 and 1920, Roosevelt was chosen as the Democratic vice presidential nominee, running alongside James Cox. Though they lost to Warren G. Harding, and Payne elevated Roosevelt's national profile. Personal struggles and comeback to battle with polio. In 1921, Roosevelt was struck by polio, a disease that left him paralyzed from the waist down. Many believed his political career was over, but Roosevelt refused to surrender. With sheer determination, he learned to stand using leg braces and trained his upper body to compensate for his disability. He also founded the Warm Springs Institute in Georgia, providing treatment for polio patients. Returned to politics. Roosevelt's resilience paid off. In 1928, he was elected governor of New York, implementing progressive policies to combat economic struggles. Preview of his leadership during the Great Depression. The Great Depression and the New Deal election of 1932. By 1932, the United States was in crisis. The Great Depression had devastated the economy, leaving millions unemployed and desperate. Americans saw a leader who could offer hope and solutions. Roosevelt, with his promise of a New Deal, won the presidency in a landslide victory against Herbert Hoover. First 100 days, Roosevelt wasted no time. In his first 100 days, he passed groundbreaking legislation, including bank reforms, job programs, and relief efforts. The Civilian Conservation Corps, CCC, employed young men to work on environmental conservation projects, restoring forests, parks, and farmlands. The Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA, brought electricity and modern infrastructure to rural America, transforming the economy. Perhaps Roosevelt's most lasting legacy was the Social Security Act, providing financial security for the elderly and unemployed. His policies reshaped the role of government in American life. World War II leadership the road to war as global tensions rose. Roosevelt recognized the threat posed by Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. He supported Britain through Lend-Lease, providing vital supplies while keeping America out of direct conflict. Pearl Harbor and purpose. Entry on December 7, 1941. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. The next day, Roosevelt addressed Congress, calling it a date which will live in infamy. America entered World War I and Roosevelt's leadership became crucial to the war effort. War strategy and leadership. Roosevelt worked closely with British Prime Minister Winston Churchill and Soviet leader Joseph Stalin to develop wartime strategy, ensuring the defeat of the Axis powers. On June 6, 1944, Roosevelt oversaw the D-Day invasion, turning point in the war that led to the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. Final years and legacy. Fourth term in declining health. Despite his declining health, Roosevelt was elected to an unprecedented fourth term in 1944. However, the burden of leadership had taken a toll on him. Death and aftermath. On April 12, 1945, Roosevelt passed away in Warm Springs, Georgia. The nation mourned Lawson, the leader who had guided them through economic turmoil and global war. The Roosevelt's legacy lived on. He played a key role in founding the United Nations, ensuring continued global cooperation after the war. His leadership reshaped America, leaving behind a legacy of courage, resilience, and vision. Franklin D. Roosevelt's story is one of perseverance, bold leadership, and the power of hope. His legacy remains a guiding force in American history.
Now, before we proceed with this incredible knowledge, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the Legends Mysteries channel if you haven't already activated notifications so you don't miss any Legends Mysteries knowledge, because it can ultimately change your life. Thanks for watching.